Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back as we continue more with Mad Men. This is going to be episode 2, titled Ladies' Room. So, to kind of briefly discuss on what I said in the outro of the last episode, this has a lot of parts in it that I think presented itself. And, you know, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but I think it's worth noting before we jump into this episode here. But having that grand slam that this man has a whole family, and like a whole family, like the whole wife and kids, and he's out here cheating and doing all that. Oh my goodness, that was unfortunate. You know, kind of reminds me of another show we watched not too long ago. But yeah, I find it interesting. A lot of the social connections and how social connections are made typically within this time, especially when especially when it comes with men and women. How the women that work in this industry act and how they behave, and then how some of them also have the idea of hopefully marrying one of the top ones so that way they get like an easy, comfortable life. And then you have women that are a lot more, they kind of despise that life. They are the ones that want to wear the suit and ties, and they see great potential in mostly their father's business that they kind of take over. You have the men in here that, you know, they try to take over the next guy's position, but at the same time, there's this like weird sense of twisted camaraderie that has almost like a similar atmosphere to when people who are like in war in different countries, let's say for instance they invade a different country, or maybe they're stationed at a country, how they behave and how they treat people, but specifically women in those countries. If you get what I'm saying, like they don't really have too much respect for them, you know. And I'm using the scene of the guy putting his hand on the girl's leg and then on her wrist to tell her not to go. This weird sense of like, I don't know, yeah, we are them. So like, you know, hey, we're macho men. We could do whatever we want. Except the setting is in like a jazz bar, and you know, it's in the same country, right? But that's the type of vibe I was getting from that. Then you have it to where our main character here, who, you know, he takes his work a lot outside of his workplace, and we see him navigating and how his mind picks up pieces when it comes to advertising, but also just human psychology. How he's able to use that feeling of fear to tap into something greater and ultimately sell at the end of the day. But I feel like he also sells himself short. You know, if you know what I'm saying? It's interesting seeing him even when he's sleeping. You know, that shot of like the fly that was buzzing around in the little ceiling light. You know, these moments where there feels to be this deeper, mysterious nature that is underneath the brain of it all. And I'm curious to find out more about that, you know? But yeah, I'm very blown away so far about the characters and where they are, especially the environment and where they are, and how the environment curates these characters, and how it sometimes does it with a few characters, how the characters are trying to curate the environment. So there's like a lot of things getting crisscrossed, and I'm curious to see where it goes from there. But I really wanted to touch on that because that is a fascinating thing. I think it is, you know, especially to have that all presented within the first episode. Again, I love shows where I can look at them and just be entertained. And then the second level is like, how does the filmmaking navigate the story? How does it tell this story and show this story? And then third, how does the philosophy, when you turn the TV off, how does the philosophy from this story stick with you? How does it make you question? How does it make you look around and see the truth in certain things in your own day-to-day? Maybe the falsities in some things. I'm very curious. So we're going to hop into this episode, but I just want to briefly talk on that. Again, if you want to be able to support the channel, the best way to do it is by checking out the Patreon. If you want more commentary, this is going to be a good time. All right, I'm just very excited. You can also support by leaving a like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to check out James vs. Games. And at the end of the day, you don't have to do any of those things. Sit back, relax, get your popcorn and snacks as we continue with more of Mad Men. No worries, y'all. I'm gonna remember the characters' names. It just takes some time for me to get there. I won't be saying this character, that character, man number one, woman number two. Like, I'll get to it. Also, this is a great intro, by the way. I really dug it. That's a cool intro. Yeah, I was about to say, they doing that with the, with the little salad, huh?
Right away, sir.
Wine list, and I'll have another one of these while I'm waiting for the list. Another egg. Well, I am having fried.
God, man, do you see everybody's necklaces and their earrings? Good Lord.
I used to take it to school wrapped in wax paper.
Look, she got cow testicles on her neck. Golden plated cow testicles.
Don doesn't like to talk about himself. I know better than to ask.
An ad man who doesn't like to talk about himself? I think I may cry.
It's not that interesting a story.
Oh, well, now you got me interested.
A couple of princes.
If the gentleman will be patient.
We get similar drinks, Don. You and me.
I think I may know more about your wife than I do about my own.
Maybe your wife is just a better drinker.
Entirely possible.
The ladies' room, by the way. That's the title of this episode. And they're in the ladies' room.
Go numb?
You want me to touch you up?
Yeah, I think you'll have to.
Yeah, you okay? Are you nervous? Or is there like an underlying issue here?
Those purses get any smaller, we're gonna starve.
I'm happy they get to say something, damn it.
I'm stoned on martinis.
I don't know. It all seemed like an invitation to you to confide.
Yeah, he was definitely trying. He was trying to have you open up a little bit more.
I've never asked you that.
Why? What difference does it make?
I don't know. We've never talked about it.
Damn, so she really doesn't know the man she married. You know? Which makes me put into question, why did she marry him? Was it also the idea of a cozy life? Because she's already there now.
I see your point.
And then what about your kids? What about your children, man?
Peggy, next step is accessory.
Yep, how about that? Who is in there?
Maybe it's the fumes from the rubber cement on that envelope, but there's nothing to be happy about here. Although, you never forget your birth. For 2 weeks, I've been...
You see those guys back there just looking at ass?
10th prom night. You can be the girl. Stop! I gaze right. I close your eyes.
See what I'm saying?
Mr. Draper...
Like you could see this play out. Like I don't know, like a platoon in Vietnam, like a young platoon in Vietnam. You would see something like this. You would see like the behaviors and all of that.
They want, agreed?
Be my pleasure.
Goody.
Assembly.
It's been walking around with his socks. Oh man. Yeah, which he needs to understand that there's also bigger fish out there too, right? You know, there's a bigger lake and bigger current.
Postcard from Pete Campbell.
He's on a honeymoon, right?
Niagara Falls. Hasn't left the room, apparently.
Oh boy, yikes. She's like, up. Well.
We're shopping?
Guess I don't see any money changing hands, Kenny.
You'll see. My persistence is my...
These guys are just out here just... They're not even fishing, bro. They are just... They are just like swimming in the pond using arms and legs trying to capture them.
Well, obviously that's not the worst of it.
No.
Yeah.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, I know she's thinking about that. I know she is thinking.
Bobby!
Yeah, man, these were the times where people just didn't have seatbelts. Yeah, she has like a nervous twitch. I don't know what that is. Like, well, clearly it's something. She just drove on somebody's lawn. Are the kids okay? Damn, that is a brutal. That's a brutal cut, man. Golly. Meanwhile, this man's just getting his rocks off with a girl that's like completely opposite of his wife. She does her own business. She draws. But she obviously has no time for him.
All better?
Yes.
That's crazy. Why did you do that? Why did you do that? You didn't even look out there.
I'm finished. Can I go watch Shirley Temple's storybook?
Yes, both of you.
Man, shout out to the production design, too. You see how they layered this whole house? You can feel that you are in the past. Nuclear family times.
So?
They said there was nothing physically wrong with me.
Might be stress then. Yep, it's stress.
And leave the dishes for the girl.
For the girl. Oh my God. Man, the idea of mental health still being present. You know? Similar to what The Sopranos did.
100.
Man, I truly wonder. It's interesting that he's so combative against that. There could be ignorance or just the idea of people poking around where they shouldn't be. That just itself warrants some type of cold reaction because he himself is like that. He doesn't even like people prying into his life.
When he brought it up, I was shocked.
So let alone the invasiveness of,
Although I realized that that's...
lifting up the hood.
And this. And them.
That's so interesting. His idea of happiness, man. It's like, bro, you're not happy either. It's just that you're doing things to satiate your happiness. So that way you can come home and not have this resentment. But I guarantee you, if you took that out, you would have came back unhappy.
Everything is best.
Good.
Yeah, she's not able to go out and cheat.
Look at this man's deodorant and say, I want that.
Well, I've stopped trying to figure out what they think.
Maybe I should stop paying you.
Damn. He's like, don't do that.
Since we're buying futures, if you ever see the man upstairs go in there, grab the lifeboats, baby. We're going down.
Oh, well, that sounds like, that sounds a little bit foreboding.
Is in your pocket. You watch it. Have you seen it, The Twilight Zone?
I don't think so. I don't like science fiction.
Oh, that sucks. that absolutely sucks. Okay.
All they do is smoke Mary Jane and play darts. And honestly, I think they're the best store on the street. You like it?
Sound like my type of vibe, you know what I'm saying?
That's where you've been.
Let me ask you something.
Yes, you so.
What do women want?
Who cares?
You know, and it's interesting that they're asking this because women, especially around this time, don't they hold the most space within
I'm sure you must be mistaken about
sales?
that.
So you kind of have to know, or at least try to venture into the idea of what women want. It's a little different today, isn't it?
Especially if the other girls have it. Trust me, psychiatry is just this year's candy pink stove.
Oh, man, it's going to be interesting if he starts to merge psychiatry with his advertising. I wonder how he'll feel about that, because he's very opposed to the idea. You know? Like, he's on the other side of the island. with this idea, but I wonder if it means him getting better with his work. Will he venture closer towards that island, at least on the other side?
Worse, Sally could have survived and gone on living with this horrible scar on her face.
Wow. Damn, no wonder she's stressed. That's no joke, man.
Lonely.
It's like her fears are amplifying throughout the surface. Like, she can't stop them from leaking out of the surface because of her own personal fears. The idea of being alone, the idea of being divorced, the idea of not being loved anymore.
What's happening to me?
And the reality of what he's doing is not helping. It's not helping.
I called in sick.
Don't bring that here. I'm serious, Don. Don't talk to me about it.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I was like, she's not talking about the sickness. She's talking about the guilt. Which is crazy, because you even know about this. You even know her damn name.
I didn't think your eyes could be any wider.
That's clever.
Wow. Okay, wow. Okay, all right. Here we are.
What? The office is going to empty out any second. We could push the couch in front of the door.
Paul.
God dang, bro. I thought you were like a little bit not. Damn, boy. Jeez. For those of you who are old enough, or maybe you still do happen to work in a modern environment of this.
I'm done for the day.
I'm not feeling so swell.
Yeah.
Neither am I. Look at...
Let me know your thoughts. Let me hear your experiences. I'm curious.
It's terrible.
It's constant from every corner. I'm from Bay Ridge. We have manners. Why can't they just leave it alone?
Because men all...
But what? So why did you cheat with the other guy then? Why did you do that? It's hard for me to feel for you when you did that. Man, what a crazy environment, bro. I cannot imagine it, especially being a woman. Absolutely not. That's too many eyes. Absolutely not. Nope.
How near you'll be, you never belong to me.
What a good shot, though. Just seeing everybody walk past and just eye her down. It's a good montage.
I'm away, my heart is a sad.
Damn. Starting to realize why people are crying now, huh? Damn. She's like, I'm not trying to be like these women, damn it. I'm strong, and I will not cry under the weight of the male gaze.
Not that you are a mechanic.
Well, in a way, I mean, in a way, he kind of can be.
She passed away recently. I guess I already said that.
I thought she took off the rose, well, not the rose, but the white gold.
You know better than to ask. Give me a pen.
I'm telling you, man, he's always working. He is always working.
What do women want?
I am, like, outside of the things I already know, I am curious as to what this environment here allows him to feel that he can't feel at home.
I'll have a goulash.
Very good, sir. Vodka gimlet. Old fashioned.
See, I'm telling you, me and him, we on the same vibe, bro. I'm an old-fashioned type of man.
Sorry to bother you so late. It's Don Draper.
Oh, hello, Mr. Draper. No, it's not too late at all.
Glad to hear that. Well?
Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, man. I don't think you should be allowed to do this, right? I mean, look at him. He knows you're not supposed to be allowed to do this. It's a great song to close out on, to be honest with you. Wow. All right, everybody, and that was episode 2 of Mad Men. Again, this was titled Ladies' Room, and we are diving more into the psychiatry. And that's literally like it, like psychiatry as a whole, because this even predates The Sopranos and the world that lived in when it came to psychiatry and, you know, mental health. And we saw, even with it being like, what, maybe I want to say 30 years, well, 30, 40, 50 years ahead, it was still very much underneath the surface. People really didn't know too much about psychiatry or even how to talk about it. You know, there was still a stigma with it. Whereas now, we're even predating that. So now there is somewhat of a stigma, or at least it's still coming down. But, you know, I mean, for crying out loud, kids aren't even seatbelted in cars. So, you know, it's definitely different from the time period that The Sopranos was held in. But what I love about this episode, again, is just how we feel underneath the surface. And if we want to allow that to craft us, to break us, to talk about it in general, we saw that with Peggy's character when she's frustrated with this environment. She acknowledges that this is, you know, unfortunately, this is the way things are. And as she goes into the ladies' room to, you know, almost break down, you can see the tears welling up. She's frustrated. She sees another woman crying, and she looks in the mirror and doesn't allow herself to cry, right? She instead doesn't have those feelings emerge from the surface and goes right back out. Then there is the, you know, obviously the whole thing with this man, Don, monitoring his wife's psychiatrist. Like, that's crazy. The psychiatry sessions, or just therapy. We're just going to call it therapy, damn it. But, like, that's crazy. You can't do that. You can't do that, man. It's so interesting. He's fascinating already. We're only on episode 2. But the whole thing that he has going on with him and this other girl, and the mindset, the mindscape that he feels so relaxed there. Like, that's why I asked that question. What is it about that environment that gives him this level of happiness? Because he brought up that word before, happiness, that he doesn't find at home. You would think that one of the happiest things you could do is know that you're providing for your family, right? You have a great job. You take care of yourself. You have 2 kids. You have a loving wife. You have a house. You know, you would think that's the nuclear family 101, but clearly there is something deeper here. There's like a restlessness that I think both of them are feeling within themselves, you know. And when I say both, I'm not just talking about Peggy. I'm talking about Don and his wife. And so it's interesting seeing how they are trying to continue on with this without really communicating it with one another. She's trying to. She's trying a lot more than Don. That's for damn sure. But man, what an interesting look and scope that we get to have on a nuclear family. And it's not how it's advertised. And that's really interesting. I wonder if, which would be very wild, but like the advertisement of the nuclear family in the portrayal of that, I wonder if he fell for that and now is realizing that that's not what he really wanted, but he was lied to. Because I mean, what, you know, it's the American dream, white picket fence, family, smoking cigarettes, drinking beer, doing all this, touching things that can give you cancer, right? Like, it's advertised to you because obviously you don't really know, but you'll know until you have it. And so I'm curious as to what created this restlessness from him, for him to be cheating on his wife, lying to his family, monitoring his wife's therapy session, like there's a catalyst to all of this, and then not wanting people to pry into his life. So I'm curious as we go on with the show, just diving more and more into who Don is. He might not openly say it, but I like just the subtleties, right? It's his actions that will reveal, I think, a little bit more of that answer. But man, this is great, y'all. I'm having a good time. I hope that you guys can see that I'm having a good time. So again, if you want to be able to get 2 episodes per week, it's eventually we're gonna get so ahead of schedule on the YouTube. So if you want to be able to skip ahead, you guys know what to do. Go ahead and check out the Patreon. But other than that, I'm just happy that you guys are here. Stay healthy, stay hydrated, because we are just getting started.
Purple jacket, pocket full of weed. Everything that I should ever need. Grab some matches cause they give them free. Just like my time. Hair pulled back in the back